But what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MumboElite. Welcome back to another video. And today we are going to show you guys everything you need to know about our silver method, trading, investing, flipping. We're going to go through the whole nine with silver commons. This has made us a ton of coins so far. A lot of our profit in the 1.4 mil transfer value we have so far. So if you do enjoy the video, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get it. So first and foremost, we're going to show you some of the prices we're selling things for. I'm not even joking. We got a 3.9 right there, 700 there. Everything is all over the place. You have some cards that we're doubling our coins on. Some we're making like 5K on. Some we're making 3K. It's all over the place. So we're going to show you how to kind of go about the market. So first things first, you're going to go to quality, silver common. Go and see if everything is going for 200 by now. This is a good indicator to see where the market's at. Right now, for me, everything sells within the hour, within about 40 minutes for 200 coins. So I know with the current market, if I bid 150 on any card, I can make profit at least 50 coins within the hour. However, if we want to kind of speed up that time or get potentially more value out of it, we put something like a center back in, which if you don't know, center back is one of those positions where if there's an SBC solution, there's 11 players on the pitch, there's always going to be a center back no matter what the formation is. You see we get to 200 coins a lot quicker there. So I'll put something like a center back in. I'll do a max price of 150. And then for a minimum buy now, this is kind of up to you. I like putting something like a minimum of 500. That way anything that's low and has like a buy now of maybe 300 within the hour is left out. And this kind of leaves just some of the higher end cards. Now, I would recommend if you have less than 10,000 coins and you're doing this method, compare price before you bid. So like right here, we know we can make coins no matter what, but it looks like we might potentially be able to, within the hour, flip this card for 300. So if I wanted to do that, I could bid 150 on that and then potentially flip it for 300 later. You can kind of go through and just compare price before you want to bid on any card. But once you kind of get the hang of this, you're going to have a lot more freedom just to bid 150 on everything, especially if you know it's guaranteed profit within the hour. Now, I really like top nations as cards to bid on. I like 70 pluses. There's a bunch of different reasons for these. A lot of them are mainly SBC related. If you don't know what SBC is Squad Building Challenge. We get those throughout the week quite a bit. If we go to the challenges tab right here, you're going to see there's some marquee matchups. There's the Total Rush Challenge. If I go to marquee matchups, I'll give you an example of things that might be up. Here we got a Turkey card that's needed. There's a certain amount of chemistry. Minimum bronze is needed. 3 silvers here. Chem is not really that high. If we went to something like this, where 18 or 22 chem, these things are more needed. So if there was a Spanish card from La Liga, chances are those things would be even more up. But another way you can kind of check to see what's up, and this way is kind of a little bit unofficial. It's really up to you. It's the average price method. So let's go and show what that looks like. So if we did like a 150 start price, minimum buy now 500, 600, and I went over on my stick to the left, it shows us the average price that things are going for. Now, with bronzes, with silvers, these things don't get updated that often, but chances are most of them are going to say NA and not be helpful. But if a card has like a 500 plus on it, there's a good chance this card was used in an SBC solution at some point and would be used again. So what we've been doing is we kind of go through, see if there's something that's showing up. Like here's a 300 plus. If we look at this card, looks like it might be 250 within the hour. Probably not the best deal, but we just wait until we find the best one. Another way to do this and saving you even more time, again, we mass bid 150 on everything if it's guaranteed profit, store everything in our club, flip our duplicates for profit, and then if we wanted to go back into our club, we can kind of do this from low to high, high to low, really however you want, and you just kind of go through the club to see if anything's up in price. So this one was average price 450. We picked it up for 150. Looks like I could potentially get 400 within the hour. I could go ahead and list that right now, almost tripling our coins, but I'm probably going to wait until it's closer to 1,000 plus if I think that's something that's going to be in an SBC at some point. And like I said, you can use the average price for this. You can kind of go through and look at certain nations, certain positions. It's really up to you. Things are all over the place. Here's a high-rated right mid who's Argentinian. That ended up going for a lot. This one was 800. She's playing in the women's NWSL league. Doesn't really matter. Everything's going to have a value at some point for some reason. It's kind of your prerogative on how you want to go about it. If you stick to just top nations, you might get a lot of good flips, but you might be missing out on a lot of good deals for 150 that randomly go up for reasons you can't really explain other than an SBC solution. So in terms of how many coins you have, how you should go about this, let me kind of lay out how I would go about club stocking, flipping. If you have less than 10,000 coins, mainly less than 25,000 coins, it can be very easy to run out of coins if you're bidding on cards and storing everything in your club. So if that's something you want to do, I'd recommend first on flipping, get yourself to about 25K, 50K. But if you did want to get to like duplicates a lot quicker, put in a position, put in a league, put in a nation, do something that's going to limit the amount of cards needed until you start popping up the same one. So if I put in center back, and let's say I only stuck to bidding on 70 pluses right now, that's going to be a lot less cards than the whole market for center backs or the whole market in general. Doing that, you could store everything in your club and you should be starting to get duplicates pretty quickly, and then you sell the duplicates on. Let's say every single duplicate you're selling on, you're getting 300 plus coins for. That's essentially doubling your coins every single one. One card you can afford now becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, so on and so forth. You can see very easily how this method can kind of start getting you coins in the long run. Now what I do, the way I'd recommend it, is there's a next level after kind of that 50K. Usually this is for 100K plus. It's when we start transitioning to other methods. For example, bronze pack method right now. I'm going to show you kind of the way I go about things. So this can be used for a reason for SBCs. This could be used for objectives. But for me, this is more of my sanity. Like we said before, if we check to see if everything's going for, let's say, 200 plus within the hour, I might want to card collect certain leagues. So my example I used before was, let's say, the Scottish League. If I want to do the Scottish League here, I can check for the Scottish League. If everything is going for 200 plus, looks like it's going for mainly a little bit quicker than just the general market. I could put in a similar filter, bid 150 on everything, store everything in my club, sell duplicates, but then challenge myself to see, without specifically trying to just bid on one team, how quickly can I get most of the cards from that team? And it can be a card collecting thing that you do along the way to see if you can get most of them. Some might be silver rares, some might be gold commons, you couldn't get everything. But some are going to be bronzes as well, which brings us to our next method, which is the bronze pack method. Now, every single bronze pack, as we speak, the way it's kind of done this year, should be profit almost guaranteed no matter what. It's a 750 coin pack, and there's a lot of value in these things. Let's just show you something. For example, if I didn't care about the manager and I just cared about the players and I quick sold everything but the 3 players, we're getting 238 coins back. Every single one of these, if we list for 200 buy now, bare minimum, should eventually sell for 200. You're going to have some things that go for way more, some things for way less. You would get 600 right here with 238 quick sell. That's guaranteed profit no matter what right there, regardless of how high these cards do go in price. So people who are low on coins doing BPM on the low end would literally just sell these cards right now. You'd get the coins back eventually when they'd sell within the hour. Sometimes it'd take a few listings and you'd be good to go. But since we're already making good coins from the silvers, usually we can afford to store them in the club. Now, what is the benefits of storing this in the club? The same way of storing the silvers in the club, we essentially get to open more packs, we get to more cards. It's not slowing us down by checking each one. And the benefit of this is we kind of get to go through, open more packs, get a lot more cards total, get a lot more cards potentially that are worth value, and we can kind of go through and pick what we want. So if we start running into duplicates from the bronzes, we can list those up on the market. If we have a duplicate that's worth 700 plus, we could go in our club and find that exact same one and we'll know that one's 700 plus. But the same way we went about the silvers, kind of seeing if things were up in price, we can start doing that for the bronzes too. We could go into our club. If we saw there's an SBC that came out today, for example, let's say Spurs were needed for an SBC solution, we could go in our club, see if we had any Spurs players, pick this guy, boom, 1,000 coins, pays for the bronze pack plus some more, and we just keep doing that over and over. Another way we look at it in terms of funding is if we're running low on coins, let's say we only had 50 to 100K, and we're spamming through a lot of bronze packs. Another way you could look at this is every time you go into your club and you're checking for silvers and you sell silver for 750 plus, it's essentially paying for your next bronze pack. Gives you something to do than just bidding on silvers in general. Gets you to understand the market in terms of different teams, leagues, nations, positions, yada yada. So those are kind of two low-end things you can be doing while doing the silver player method. But yeah, that's essentially it, guys. Some things you can do once prices go down, because there's going to be times when not everything is 200 within the hour. That's when you start doing more of the different positions, different leagues. You can always find something of value. Another way you can go about the silver method before we end this video is there's always going to be certain leagues that might be way more than 200. So for example, earlier I was doing this with the Women's French League. Let's see if they're still up a little bit. But as a sniping method, everything was 500 plus earlier. Right now it looks like most things are 400 within the hour. I could sit here on like maybe a 300 and just snipe anything that pops up for less. If I get it for a 200, boom, we flip this for profit. Or we could potentially store it in our club later if we think something might rise. So we double our coins on that one. That one's 250. We could probably get a good sale on that. Yeah, you just do this over and over. Try out different leagues and kind of let me know how it goes. But yeah, that's essentially it. We showed you different parts of the market. I'm never going to sell a Sunderland card. We're doing a Sunderland past and present. So hopefully I don't accidentally put some of these in, even though they're worth quite a bit. But yeah, that is it for now. We'll come out with different videos showing you guys how to make more coins in the future. But yeah, catch you next time. It's been your boy MumboElite. I'm out. God bless.